Hey guys, what it do? It's your boy Supremacy here, the God, and today we will be discussing Vin Jin and how powerful he actually is. Now we know he lost against Taejin, but even Taejin acknowledges that Vin Jin is not as scary as he was because I think back then, I don't know if you've caught up, hopefully you have. If not, there will be spoilers, of course. But Vin Jin back then had lost his mother, lost his teacher. We're not sure if his teacher had died at that moment yet, but he had lost a lot of people and he went on a rampage. He went on a rampage. We know the one time for a fact that he went on a rampage was when he discovered how his mother died or what caused his mother to commit suicide. She basically got SA'd, and he went crazy and he was fighting people way out of his league and he was doing great work. He obviously got even stronger than that, but he was in the fire, in the burning flames, and so he got super strong. We know he defeated Taejin and had thought he actually killed Taejin. And, I think him and Kim then left. And Mary Kim left because I think they're obviously trying to move forward. I think probably for the sake of the friends, for the sake of the master, etc. But over those years, Taejin didn't die. He survived. Took over Chun Liang. Chun Liang is the master's team or group, and the group that Vin Jin and Mary Kim came from. And Shongji Yuk is the master, the teacher, who also died. We don't really know how, but I'm assuming it's to do with this incident of Vin Jin going out there to fight the Yakuza kind of folks. What are the guy that used to be his partners or was partners with Mr. Choi, the old man, Taejin's dad. Can't think of his name right now, but him. And as a result, Vin Jin became an absolute beast, and we find out his dad is Mu Jin. You know what I'm saying? Mu Jin Vin. Mu Jin Vin? Yeah. Or Mu Jin Jin. I can't remember. Mu Jin is his name anyway, but he was on par with Jake's dad. You know what I'm saying? With Jake's dad, who we know was probably the strongest in the verse at the time. And this guy was his rival, and that's Vin Jin's dad. So we know that Vin Jin is going to play a pivotal role later down the line. We know that he's going to live up to his dad's potential, or at least be somewhat comparable. And we've seen spurts of it, but he seems to have lost that edge that he had because, him and Mary Kim obviously wanted to make a change with their lives. And they moved into the city, trying to go to school, just trying to be better people. Obviously, when he heard that Taejin was alive, he wanted to kill him. But I think that rage and anger isn't the same rage and anger he had back then because he pretty much moved on. He pretty much continued living. Him and Mary Kim moved forward. Even when they went back to Chunlang and they was getting trolled and stuff, he didn't want to fight back because obviously everybody was mad at him for leaving because Taejin became the one in charge and obviously fucked up Chunlang and soiled the name of it. And I think that's, he never really knew that because he was gone. He left, you know what I'm saying? And I think he had to leave probably because Chunlang wasn't a good place for him. It's probably filled with PTSD and all of that stuff. But I'm saying this because he is a lot stronger than we thought. Like I always thought he was strong. Those videos I talk about how strong is Vin Jin, Mary Kim and Vin Jin, and I had Mary Kim above Vin Jin at the time, but she's not. 100% she's just not because he never takes her seriously in that manner because it's the friends and it's a woman and he fights her in her style and the style that she is more adept to. And she acknowledges it in the past, in the flashback, saying like, "Yo, he never ever tries to fight me like he fights y'all. He only does fights my style. You know what I'm saying? You guys can't beat me doing your style, but he can beat me if he did. You know what I'm saying? If he really tried. But he ain't really tried. He just does whatever type of style I'm fighting him. That's what the type of style he's gonna fight me against, which is judo, and I'm the best at judo, so he's gonna lose. But Vin Jin and again, Taejin himself says it like, "Yo, like you're not the same monster you was back then." And back then he was obviously like, I won't say roided up, but mentally roided up. You know what I'm saying? After losing that many people, and I think that's what unlocked him into his full potential or towards his full potential. But he went backwards because, again, peaceful life, all of that stuff. While Taejin, on the other hand, had to climb up from hell himself because he basically died, and then he had to climb up, make his way to Chonlang, take over Chonlang, and try to regain his father's honor. His father was an evil and vile man, and obviously he himself was an evil and vile boy, but I don't know if he's still the same type of person. And he tells this to, Vin Jin, like, while you were out here pampered and shit, I was fucking fighting for my life every day. You know what I'm saying? And he doesn't even try to kill Vin Jin because I think he understands why Vin Jin did what Vin Jin did, because his dad and what he did was completely in the wrong back then. So it's going to be interesting to know what happened to Taejin, and and also with the understand that Taejin is working with Gu right now. So it's going to be really, really interesting to see what happens next. But I just really want to talk about how strong Vin Jin actually is, because in that fight, he never reached that same beast mode. And I think partially because he's just not as angry, and partially because he is out of practice. So I actually think Vin Jin going all out, like we saw what Jay Kim did when he channeled his dad, he became a completely different animal. You know what I'm saying? And we know Jake is strong already. You know what I'm saying? And Vin Jin was doing pretty well against Taejin, despite him being that much out of form. You know what I'm saying? So we know if he could channel his dad there, he would body Taejin, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I'm really interested to see what happens next. But I know for a fact that Vin Jin, when he gets back to that, because this loss right here, I think is going to start opening up some screws right here. And I think he's going to get back to that. I think Mary Kim is probably going to try to stop him, but I think he's going to get back to that because he's not going to let Taejin stay alive. I don't see him letting Taejin stay alive. I think he got to murk Taejin, bro. You know, they were talking about that death potentially happened. Taejin might be the one. It might be later down the line, but I think Taejin can't make it out. Vin Jin got to get his get back. For me, I need Vin Jin to get his get back, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's unforgivable what Taejin's family did. It's unforgivable. Doesn't matter if he changed at this point. It doesn't matter. He was out there doing all type of crazy shit. You know, the little sister that Mary Kim and Vin Jin always talk about that Taejin killed or whatever. Well, basically, you know what I'm saying? Taejin was basically saying, I'm gonna SA you once you know what I'm saying, once you're my property type shit. You know what I'm saying? He saw all these people as his property because of how his father raised him. Now, obviously, he's also a product of his environment. But simultaneously, bro, look, listen, he did what he did, bro. And Vin Jin just gotta deal with him some way, somehow. But that's what I think anyway. I hope you guys understand when I say Vin Jin is a beast. He actually is, and you won't see him climb back up these ranks and go crazy. Anyways, been your boy Spiritual to God. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. I'm out. Subscribe to the channel. This is an audio only video.